uh, what IT is. So that's why awareness is very, very important. Even in every endeavor you're going to want to take for whatever project is going to create that awareness and give people an understanding and awareness and an appreciation of what this thing does and what the benefits are, how it can help the entire society, right? So that's why our first pillar is based on awareness. So we create our awareness through different means. We do conferences, we organize seminars, we organize workshop, and we organize different events when it comes to creating awareness about information technology. Just what is information technology? What is IT? How does it help? And helping to demystify the myth about IT. That before you go into IT, you need to have a master's degree. You need to be a mathematician, and all the rest of things that come with that. That you gotta be a very, very smart person. No, you don't have to be. IT is just a tool, right? But there are areas of IT that you have to know math. If you're going to programming, you're going to like the architecture of the system, then those areas require high level thinking and master's and the rest of the degree, mathematician, statistician, and just people from different walks of life, right? But it is just IT to using IT as a professional, as someone who is in as a student, then you don't require that. There are tools called productivity tools, and those are IT programs or applications that you use to enhance your work and whatever field you find yourself. You could be a doctor, you could be a nurse, you could be a teacher, you could be a firefighter, you could be a police officer, you could be working in public service, you could be a banker, you could be an accounting. So all of those professions in those areas have specific productivity tools, as we call them, that are used in that specific line of work. So if I am a teacher and I want to use IT, I don't have to necessarily, be a genius at math, right? To be able to use the IT, to be able to use IT. But people don't understand that. You understand? So understanding that IT is information technology is a tool, right? It comes with a lot of tools to enhance our work, to enhance our productivity. So if people can understand that, they say, oh wow, okay, that's what I can do with this thing. That's what I can use IT for as a teacher, right? I can use IT, I can use information technology, whatever tools I'm using to generate lesson plan, to refine my lesson plan, to do research online, about new materials and to help to develop uh, uh, quizzes, and assignments and the rest of the stuff for my students, which reduces the burden on the instructor, right? So if you don't that, then you're giving the instructor an appreciation and an awareness that, oh, so I can use IT or the tools in information technology to do all of these things. And then also, uh, you can use teachers can use IT to do that grade, the grade sheet for their students. Imagine you got 100 students, 300 students in the school, you teaching two, three, four, five subjects or two subjects, right? And normally, the teachers will just kind of like give the test, do the test paper, mark the test paper, put the grades on the test paper, and then come back the next day and then transfer the grades from the test paper onto the roster, right, into the grade book. And after they do that for all the quizzes, at the end of the period, they have to find the total or the average for each quizzes to find the grade for that particular subject. So it's manual calculation with a calculator, and they can be punching the numbers all night. So imagine if a teacher has 500 students that he's teaching, right? And he has to find the grade for all the 500 students manually. That's how it's done right now. He spent days, all nights, and he's exhausted just by doing grades. But you got to mark the papers. You got to transfer the grades from the from the test paper to uh, the grade sheet, and then you got to find the average. You got to calculate everything, and then find all for the grades for all of the students. That's a lot of work. So imagine if you can have a software like Microsoft Excel Well, all you do, you mark the grades, and the Excel sheet has been automated. Automated means it's automatic. So you pre-enter all your formulas and what you want the spreadsheet to do. And all you do, you got quiz one, quiz two, quiz three, final test. Where quiz one, quiz two, quiz three, to the mark for quiz three, for the quizzes, and then your tests. So Excel automatically calculate the grades for quiz one, quiz two, quiz three, and get an average for you. Bam. You don't have to do all you need to do. Once you finish marking your paper, you just punch in the numbers in the Excel spreadsheet. And Excel calculates that for you, right? It calculates the total grade or the average for the student for that particular quiz. And then once you get the test, you also enter the test score. Excel automatically calculates the student grade for that particular test or for that particular subject. So it takes the total for the quiz and it takes the total for the test and it combines them and does this calculation and finds the average for that student. Boom, you're done. So all you're doing is data entry, which is far, far less than punching numbers in the calculator, punch all the numbers in the calculator, divide by this number, find the average, and then move on to the next one. So Excel, it will be a far better way to work and make the teacher more efficient and more proficient at his work. So instead of using 2 weeks, to just do student grades and finding, the average and for that particular subject, he's using just a day because all he does is he's punching numbers. And Excel, the calculation is taken care of by Excel, not the instructor. So that is an increase in efficiency, in productivity. It's making the instructor very, very productive. He doesn't have to manually enter the grades. So do our teacher have this awareness? Are they aware that these tools are available that you can use to make your life easier as a teacher, to make it efficient and effective? Well, if they don't, then they need the awareness, right? That's why we create awareness. We have these conferences, we have this workshop, and we go to these schools and talk to these individuals about the benefits that comes with uh, integrating IT into our processes, into the things we do at work. So awareness is very, very important because if you don't have the awareness, then you are most likely not to use that tools because you don't have an understanding, you don't have an appreciation of where what that tools is used for, right? So we need that awareness, we need that understanding, and that's where ReThink Tech Foundation comes in to provide that awareness. So apart from just the awareness, okay, well, let's assume you create the awareness and you generate a lot of interest, as we did in San Pauline in 2023. When we launched in San Pauline, we had a conference, we had teachers, we had staff, administrative staff, and students from all of the junior high school and the senior high school attending that conference. So we generate a lot of interest. Oh, but this thing you're talking about, like, how can we get it? So when the interest was generated, we said, you know what, we generate a lot of interest in this section of the country, and people are hiking up, and people want to see and experience what we're talking about. So that's why we follow up with some cohort here and there, basic IT skill training, like a 1 day cohort, 2 days cohort in San Pauline at the youth center, because back then we didn't have our IT lab. So I'm going to move to the IT lab, then we'll come back to the skill training, right? Because we need the space. If you heighten people interest in certain things, if you realize in Liberia, in most developing countries, most technology, information technology, is actually concentrated within the capital city of those places, not outside the capital, right? And even within the capital city, how many people can even afford to go to a computer on IT school or computer school, so to speak, right? To even acquire a digital skill set. For most schools, so basic digital skills training in Liberia, like to my Word, Excel, Access, PowerPoint, and then Windows, you're talking about 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 in some places. In an economy that people are making barely $150 a month or $100 a month as a take-home pay. Imagine that, you also want to acquire digital skills, some digital skill training, and you only making $100 a month, $200 a month, or $300 a month. and you got a family to feed, you got a family to send to school. So what do you do between that? Do you take the money and go pay for a computer class to take while your kids don't have food to eat and don't have school fees? No, the answer is you know, I'm not going to do that. I mean, if it's me, I mean, I prefer to feed my family than taking that to my whole entire paycheck every month and I carry it to a computer school to pay them for, you know, for the classes that I am taking. So you realize that a lot of people, you know, say, you know, I don't know, it's okay. I mean, but there's coming a time in the economy that you will need to have basic IT skill or some digital skill set to be able to function, to even be able to progress within your in your line of work. And so that's why we decided as a nonprofit to provide free IT training to the community where we find ourselves, right? So after our launch at our first conference in 2023, we embarked on a project that we needed to have a lab. Sanipoli was where we launched to establish an IT lab in Sanipoli. Since the interest was there and the people, the community was interested and is not aware of what IT can do, we wanted to have a lab to train people, right? So we embarked on our first project from 2023, 2024, and we were able to launch the lab this year, this called May. So the lab went live, we went functional, and then we started taking in people for our first cohort. So basically, that's what we do as a non-profit. We come in an area, do assessment. If there's a need for the IT lab, we help to build one along with the community, and then create awareness, and then begin to offer IT skill trainings. So currently, as I said, we are in San Cole. We are offering uh, digital skill training in San Cole, where we have our first cohort this year. We started in June, opened in May. The lab was open and functional in May, and then June our first cohort began. Right, so we run IT labs, we run hands-on training, and we run community awareness in Liberia, and just helping people to gain practical digital skills for work, for school, and for safer online life. So we usually partner with schools, local government, and companies to turn access into outcomes. So that is where we work with different public schools. We work with different institutions. We work with local government. And currently, we are working with the Ministry of Youth and Sports because we realized that we could not offer IT training in a vacuum within a space, and we cannot build an IT lab. We don't currently have the resources to build our own lab, yeah, our own place to host, you know, the devices that we have to offer training. So, but we realized that the Ministry of Youth and Sport do have youth centers all around the country in Liberia. Every county, I believe, uh, do have a youth center, and they've been offering different trainings at those places. Some of the youth center has IT labs. Most of them, I'll say 90%, do not have an IT lab. So that's how we engaged the coordinator for the youth center in San Pole, and we we spoke to them, and they were generous enough to, you know, allow us and give us the space in the youth center is that we can establish it. So we renovated that space. You hear me? Okay. All right. Yeah. So that's how we were able to renovate that space in San Cole, and we were able to launch the lab in. We were able to launch the lab this year in May, and our first cohort started in June of this year. So, and we've been working there. We, as I said, the enthusiasm, the the eagerness to learn and just acquire digital skill has grown in the community, and we've had a lot of people registering for the program. and it's been going very well. I want to welcome Brother William Madden, who happens to be our operation lead for ReThink Tech Liberia in San Cole City. So I'm just going to give you a few minutes, a minute or two, to just throw a little bit of light on what we've done in San Cole with regards to where we start our IT lab from, when we open it up, how many students we've been able to train, and how was our first cohort. So that's just what I was thinking about, letting the public know about, where we started from, when we did first launch, the lab project started, and then we came down, we were able to open this year, for our first cohort, and the graduation was this coming October. So just kind of giving the public a background information of ReThink Tech, where we are at and where we're coming from and where we're heading to. So I'd just like to get your input on that, how we got in touch with you and the Ministry of Youth and Sports to be able to be give us the space, to operate at the youth center in San Nicola. So I will turn it over to you, Brother William.
Yeah, thank you so much, Young and the others online. This is a very amazing program. I'm very very grateful to the ReThink Tech family for uh, their great opportunity afforded the Ministry of Youth and Sports to be able to, usually people say the government has a very wide platform, and that platform, the government alone cannot be able to handle those platforms. So they look for partners out there, and those partners are able to fill some of the gaps for how they call. So once upon a time, I saw Young on the scene podcast, and he was talking about opening resource center, computer center in Nima, especially so Sanikole. So we got in contact, and it was first with the Sustainable Action for Youth Development, where we went to our MOU because we have already erected a center in Sanikole for the Sustainable Action for Youth Development. And that center, we were using it for young people, how they call, but projects and progress were not forthcoming. So we decided to establish or forge a partnership with ReThink Tech Foundation, and we forged that partnership, signed the article, and today I can say for fact that that partnership have grown to a bigger stage where we're officially able to turn the youth center over to the Ministry of Youth and Sports because we couldn't maintain the youth center any longer. So we wrote the Ministry of Youth and Sports to come and take over the youth center. So they accepted and they took over the youth center and they started to bring different programs. And through our efforts, we were also able to get to ReThink Tech, and today ReThink Tech was able to bring in a lot of computers or projectors, fix the place, and did a lot of great work at the center. Today, we have internet.
All right.
And you don't have to already enhance our communication skills. Our learning, digital learning program for the young people. As a matter of fact, young people have started, making use of the internet right now as we speak. So they have started to come to school gradually. A few of them have started to come to school. So that's how we keep in contact with ReThink Tech. And when we started to use the Facebook, to publicize the program, a lot of people grew interest in the program. And today, I can tell you for a fact, thousands of people are calling us all over that they want a program in their own community as well. Young, just to inform you, we use the social media to build that youth center. A lot of people use social media for different reasons, for different purposes, for different things, but we use the social media to erect that youth center today that is functional. Because of the presence of ReThink Tech, the center is open 24 hours. 24 hours. So as I tell you, we just did a blueprint of the Sunday, took the photo, pasted on Facebook. This is what the young people of Nima want to do, and people start donating. Since 2012, people start donating to that center, and we'll continue to have partnership with different group of people in different areas, supporting our program by the youth center. So I'm very grateful to ReThink Tech. They got the minister said the other time, when you look for responsible partners, this is what can happen. After I told them about uh, when we entered our center, we not had chairs there. We had 12 pieces of chairs. We not had tables there. We not had anything there. Even the door, the place, the lab, it was just wide open. And today, you can enter a place and know that yes, you have entered in a somewhere that is conducive for learning purpose. So that's how we got in contact with ReThink Tech, and I can tell the whole world, ReThink Tech is one of the best in Liberia. I'm not I'm not saying it because I'm with them, but it is one of the best. And the evidence are there. There are a lot of people who are putting in for our program. Big people, say, or so to say in Liberia, big people, ministers, directors, presidents for the universities and other places. They are sending people to the center to get our computer education, our RCT education. And I'm very grateful to ReThink Tech. It was because of ReThink Tech that they have made the Ministry of Youth and Sports Center to have an essence, a significance.
Okay. All right, bro. Well, thank you so much for that. For that. We do appreciate you too for your farsightedness and recognizing that to forge that partnership to be able to get the lab going at the youth center in San Cole, because we didn't have the space, we didn't have the resources to build a space, so to speak, to be able to have a place to offer training. And you were gracious enough when we did connect and we interacted, and you were gracious enough to say, "Oh no, but do have a space that can you all use to have this lab established." And that's what gave ReThink Tech the wings to fly, so to speak, in that community and in Liberia. So we're grateful to you and the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and your leadership as well. So yeah, so that's where we started from. But our focus in Liberia is very simple. We talk about digital skills and for local impact, because we understand that digital skills can have lots of impact on our community, on our economy, and just on our society and on individuals, right? Uh, that's why we created awareness to tell you the importance of IT and digital skills training, and what type of impact it can have on our community. And I'll just give you earlier on an example of an instructor who spent 2 weeks after the period trying to tabulate his student grades. He marked the paper. He had to transfer the grades from the paper to the grade book, and then he has to calculate all the average for all the students. They have to transfer it onto the grade sheet. I mean, that just think about that process. That's cumbersome. If you ever been served as a teacher or an instructor in Liberia or in a developing country, you understand exactly how tedious that tax is. But if you have an appreciation and you can use one of those productivity tools like Microsoft Excel, right? If you have a Microsoft Excel, all you need to do, you build your Excel, you automate the process, and Excel take care of the calculation and everything else that needs to get done. So you are being productive, you're being efficient, and you are reducing the number of hours and weeks that you take to just complete a simple task using technology, using IT. So those are the kind of impact we're talking about, where you are freeing up the time that the instructor have to focus on research and improving himself, right? So that he can give better instruction to the students. But if the instructor spent hours just to grade paper and record grades, he's not having time to like refresh himself, to take extra classes, to be able to improve the teaching and learning skills and technique. So with IT, it frees up a lot of space for him, to have the time to do most of the things that he's doing. Digital impact, digital skill, local impact. Uh, you can introduce digital marketing, digital skill set. You can learn how to sell online, which is a huge platform when it comes to e-commerce, right? It is just within our society because we are developing. That's why we are having seeing the full impact of e-commerce, right, in our community. But I know now people can sit in Liberia so watch someone say they can order stuff from Amazon and get it in Liberia, and people have been ordering from Shein and other places, outside of Liberia, and they can receive the item, right? So that they're using digital skills to do those things. So can businesses in Liberia also, use those tools to be able to market and sell their product or produce to customers all around Liberia? Yes, but we have to get there. We need that awareness. We need those skill set. How do I use those platforms to be able to market my product or to market myself, so that other people can see and then contact me for my services? So there's a wide range of things that of impact that technology can have on our society and our community once we have an appreciation for IT, and then we acquire some basic level of digital skill that we need to be able to launch, in that particular area. So uh, it is important that we take advantage of that. So just move on to talk about our first cohort. Let's give you a little bit of statistic about that. Yep. So that's our first cohort in San Nicola. We had 135 learners. There were probably around 150, but we had people dropping. And when we initially started, there were 58 females, women, and then we had 77 men who took the first step into the digital literacy and IT skills. But out of that number of 135, we ended up graduating 87 actually. So the actual graduate from that first cohort were 87 individuals. They were in the 135. We're talking 135, and as we know, the country is difficult. People got to hustle. People got to find food to eat. So a lot of different things happen, and people drop along the way and couldn't complete where they started when they started the program. So we end up graduating 87 individuals, which is a very large number if you ask me. So that was where we started from. So and that is just more than a number, right? It is a feature. It is a really talent for Liberia, and these are numbers, but these are people who have digital skills. That if you have a company coming and they need people with digital skill, these are individuals that will be able to step in that gap and say, yes, I have digital skill set. I know Microsoft Word. I can work in Excel. I can work with PowerPoint. So they will be able to get a job because the job requirement says you must have some, basically digital skill set to be able to function in that particular role. So it's a very big step forward for a lot of people and for our community and for Liberia as a whole, right? We are preparing individuals for the future so that they can take advantage of the opportunity that will come, and wherever they find themselves. And if we got students who are staying in school, they can use the digital skill set, in wherever they find themselves in that school to do that TC, to do that essay, to do research online, and do a bunch of other things that previously they didn't have experience, they didn't have the knowledge of to do. And we also have people from different walks of life. We have professionals, we have nurses, we have doctors, people working, we have accounting, high school students, college students, and just from all walks of life. So all of those people, after their skill training, they go back to their respective area of work or profession. They want to apply those skills they've learned to enhance their productivity and to enhance the kind of work that they do in that environment. So we have an impact in that regards, right? So, and that is the goal. That is the essence of the program, and that's the essence of ReThink Tech Foundation, right? Equipping individuals in those local communities that they can have impact wherever they find themselves working. Your teacher, your firefighter, your policeman, your soldier, your accountant, your administrator, administrative assistant, your teacher, your professor. You can use those skills, in your professional life to be effective and then to become more productive in the work that you do. And that is the goal, as I said, and that's why we are doing what we're doing. So I will allow. We also had this year we have a vacation program for the young people of San Nicolas. So I will allow Brother William to elaborate on that program a little bit as to how many students we had in that track and how many of the young kids were enrolled in that program.
Yeah, thank you. That is very true. Quickly to just buttress what you said regarding our first cohort. Uh, our first cohort, one of our students used what he has learned to produce music for our programs. You call it ReThink Tech. ReThink Tech. He produced some music from just learning learning the how they call the program, the different programs that we introduced. So he used that program and produced some music. So he just wrote the music, and after writing the music, send it to the how they call the internet, was able to produce the music. So you see the different beats and other things there in the background of the music. That was one of our achievement, one of our articles. So quickly to the children of vacation program, after the computers were brought in, we realized that a lot of children signed up for our computer program. A lot of children signed up for the program. So when they signed up for the program, what we did was we decided to organize a vacation program for the children. You know, usually during the vacation break, children are left alone. Mothers are going to the market. Fathers are going to work, and the children are left alone in the house because usually the mothers and the fathers take them to school in the morning,
Yeah.
and they go for them sometimes in the evening or in the afternoon. But this time around, uh, during the vacation break, we not wanted them to be vulnerable and prone to a lot of different bad social behavior. So we incorporated about 200 of them, 100 of them in Sanikole and 100 of them in Ganta. And we have the different mentorship. We have program for them where different speakers will come and they will speak to them on different topics. Like for example, hygiene. Some will talk on leadership. And how they call after their mentorship, they will go to the computer lab. They will do computer for an hour. After the computer, they go and play sports and other things there. And the program was very successful. 100 of them were able to complete our children vacation program. Um, Honor the ReThink Tech and the Nature Youth and Sports Partnership. So those of our kids who attended our program, right now we are visiting the different schools because we did a form for them. So their parents have to fill in a form and sign the consent part of the form.
Okay.
The schools they are attending, the class they are in. So we have all of those forms with their photos attached to it. So we visit those schools. We have started to visit those schools to find out how are they doing in their various schools.
Okay.
Because most of the children who attended, they are from sixth grade down. So we are following up with them to see how they are doing and what are the progress they are making. So you'll find out that those who attend our vacation program, they are actually progressing because of some of the mentorship, how they call it, learn. They are even using the internet now to do a lot of work, do a lot of research and other things there. So that's about the vacation program. And we want to be very grateful to again to ReThink for that partnership where the children were able to learn computer at that age in Liberia, is very real, very hard for children of that age, to even touch computer.
Yeah, but the point that even the adults don't have access to the computer. Why would the children even do it? And that's the unfortunate thing.
Exactly, exactly,
And that's why
exactly.
it's working that space, and that's why I said I onset initially that that's why we didn't start in Monrovia. We started outside of Monrovia because most of the programs are all centered and focused in Monrovia, and people outside of Monrovia don't have these advantages. And even the programs that are in Monrovia, there are a lot of IT schools. Parents cannot afford the $300-400 for a 3 month computer program and the rest of the stuff because they don't just have the resources. It's not available. So that's why we are providing free IT skill training around the country. We started with Nima County, and we are progressing to our second county, which is Rangel. We'll talk about a little bit of that before we leave from here today. So to just give others and individual the opportunity, right? They want to learn these things. They want to learn how digital skills set, but they don't have the resources. They don't have the means, to go to the places, to go to the schools and the rest of the stuff. So we are bringing this into them to where they are at, so that they can have these relevant skills set. You cannot live in the 21st century and don't have some level of basic digital skills set. I mean, that's unfortunate. And there's a lot of work to do in that area. And that's why ReThink Tech Foundation has been partnering with the Ministry of Youth and Sports to make that possible and to help to breach that digital divide, to provide these skill sets for our communities and the young people as well. Okay, so and we'll also talk about our upcoming cohort. We started enrolling students. They receive a data from William and the lab manager about how many students we currently enroll for our second cohort, which I'm excited about, and it's supposed to start in this coming January. And as of now, we have a total of 154 students or participants that have been enrolled. And I just did a little bit of data analysis. That we had 56 females so far, and we have 98 males, so which is like 64% of the cohort participants are all males. So we have to do a little bit more reach out to females to have a little bit more female participation in the program. But all of what we are doing is geared towards expanding digital opportunity across Liberia, one cohort at a time. So that's what we're doing. We providing and expanding digital opportunity across the country. So watch out for that. If you are within the San Code and environment and the communities, take advantage of that. This is not the second or the last. We operate after every 6 months. We'll have a new cohort coming. So if you cannot make it for this cohort, just register. We're gonna have you first in the next, coming cohort during the middle part of the year. So take advantage of that, and I'll just let Brother Woodland through a little bit of light in that sense. He's the operation manager currently on the ground in San Nicola. Brother Woodland, are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
Yeah, so just if you can tell us a little bit about our second cohort, how's the registration process going, and what's the enthusiasm like from the people in the community?
Yeah, so our second cohort, we have started the recruitment process. The recruitment process is ongoing. As we speak, we have we have recruited. In fact, people who have expressed interest in our program is very overwhelming, even as compared to the first people that we had to call, because uh, during the graduation, people saw the visible evidence of our program. So as we speak, right now there are a lot of people who are putting for the program. Coming, people continue to come. Even today, when I was at the center, people came there and still want to register for the program. So, one of the things the global team have done was to introduce the Saturday classes. The Saturday classes is intended to be able to, instead of compromising our standard, because we have a standard, one person to a computer. You don't want two persons standing behind a computer like other schools they are doing in Liberia. That's why I said our program is one of the best. You go to other schools, you will see two, three person to a computer, but always one person to one computer. So in instead of us compromising our standard, one of the things that global team have done was to introduce the Saturday classes. So we are able to register
All right, I think Brother Woodland is having some technical issue. Mostly, I think it's an internet issue. So he was just talking about like the lab environment and the training is back. Are you back for good, or you still have a little bit more? Uh-huh.
no matter we have something that 100 they were recruited. We still have some of them who are on the standby. We still have about 40 for think 45 of them who are trying to analyze those data to see.
All right, well, we're having some technical issues, I said. So you just
People
talked about,
will be able to accommodate them for now, and later
okay,
I'm looking for something at 150 that's supposed to be in the program. Yeah.
okay. So what you were talking about there is that for most IT school or computer lab or computer school in Liberia, you realize that they do have like two individuals or three individuals to a computer, right? Imagine a learning space where you go to learn and to use one computer. So there's three people or two people using one computer. So your friend gotta use the mouse, and when you finish, you get to use the mouse too. Then when he or she finishes, he gives you the keyboard to use. So if you have a learning environment where you have three individuals or two individuals using one equipment, that is not very effective. That is not very efficient. So you realize that the learning time is split, in that 30 minutes is split 15-15, which that means you're not getting the full, impact of that time and what you're supposed to be doing there. So with our program, we are very intentional about how many individuals we do take in because we want the students to experience, to have the full experience. That is, we have one individual per computer. We're not putting two people behind one computer as is in other places. We are putting just an individual, and if he's there for 2 hours, he has access to that computer for 2 hours, and he's doing his practical, he's doing exercises, and he's doing what he needs to do and learning so that he can have the full experience. He can have the full effect and the impact of what the skill that he's been taught, and that goes a long way. So, and that is what sets us apart. And our programs are not just some kind of flimsy course where, you're offering free programs. So, why we just skim all stuff and then not giving the individual the substance of what, they need so that when they finish with when they, when they are done with the program, they can be able to apply those skills that they've learned. We've had people who've gone through different IT skill training and computers training other places, and you ask them to do a common letter, format a common letter in Microsoft Word or print, and they cannot do that. So we don't want that kind of situation. We want a situation where when we train you, you go out there and you are placed in a situation where you actually accomplish a task based on what you've learned or the skills you acquired. That individual is able to accomplish, he's able to do or to perform that specific task. So our courses are really detailed. I produce those course material myself because I've been in IT training for a while. I trained in Ghana, work at a teacher training college, training teacher trainees for 2 3 years, and I work at other local IT training centers, and I understand exactly what the training needs to be like and kind of materials that we need that will make an impact. So the materials are very very detailed, very very detailed, and in every course that we're doing, in every program we're doing, at the end of every topic in there, we have a project, right? So we are doing formatting. At the end of that formatting topic or chapter in our training, there is a project that the students will do, and they do that on their own with the guidance of the instructors, and that is meant to reinforce the learning. Instead of you telling, oh, to format, you go here, there, and that's how you do it. We give them the opportunity by themselves to practice and do a project, which gives a hands-on experience, real world hands-on experience of how these skills you are learning. This is how you can apply it, and these are the things you can do with it. Right? That is way better than just giving someone skill and say, okay, that is a skill, and I'm left to figure out how do I apply it, where do I apply it, what can I do with it. So our programs is intentionally designed with projects at the end of every chapter or at the end of every topic, so that the students are gaining practical, real life experience of how I can apply these different skill set, these different things. They are building workbooks, they are building grade sheet, they are building budget, and seeing in real life experience how these skills can translate into the office, into that academic life, or to where they find themselves. So that is the essence of the program. And for us, and for me personally, that's what I love to see. I want to see people completing programs that they can represent. You can come from there and be able to, actually, do something, not just oh yes, I passed through that program, and then I cannot really represent what I cannot perform what I was taught, and the skills that I self acquired, I cannot, put those skills into use because there's a gap in the learning. During the learning, I wasn't told, like practically how do I apply
Yeah.
those skills. Yeah, your assessment, whatever.
You are very, you are very right. The practical that the people are doing in our classes are real time practical. So, for example, if you sit in your office and you prepare a course, there is a real time practical that you do. For example, we make people to, or how they call budget, we make people to prepare memos, letters, we make people to do presentation, maybe PowerPoint presentation and other different things. So that's what we are doing. At the end of each of our course, we give them a real time practical, that when you get to the office you will be able to, do it frequently. Those common things that people do at the office with PowerPoint, with Excel, with Word, these are things that, the people are doing as practical. So you see when they are presenting some of their presentation, you see that they are presenting on PowerPoint. Sometimes somebody did maybe their autobiography and they are presenting,
Yeah,
or somebody did a presentation on health, maybe child disease, and they are presenting it. So these are the kind of practical that we do at the end of each of our course.
yeah. So and as I was saying, that's intentional, and we want to set ourselves apart from other IT training programs that just train because they want to train, and they can train people, and at the end of the day they don't really care about the impact that that training is having on the individuals, right? So it's not just walking through the motion. Oh, I went to a computer school. Okay, you went to a computer school. What can you do? At the end of the day. So uh, we have to be intentional, as I said, about those kind of things, because if we are trying to bridge the digital divide, we need to give people skills. We need for the people to actually be able to apply the skills that they are learning. Digital Bridging the digital divide or will not work if these individuals cannot apply the skills that they've acquired. So it becomes irrelevant, right? So it cancels out all the effort you put in, all the work you put in when the individuals complete the program, and they cannot even represent, they cannot even apply any of the skills that you've taught them at the end of the day. So that's why our program is structured in such a way that we give them real life, practical, hands-on examples and experience of how and where these skills can be applied and what you can use it for practically, so that when they get out there, they know that yes, I can use Microsoft Word to do X, Y, and Z. I can use Microsoft Excel to do X, Y, and Z. I can use PowerPoint for X, Y, and Z. Now, like, oh, I want to do something. What do I use? Well, I don't know what program I need to use to do that. Oh, well, you have to. So that is that for that. And we currently have 154 participants enrolled. As Brother said, we are introducing a Saturday class for some of our working individuals who cannot, show up in the weekday. They close at 6, 7 in the evening. So by then our the center is closed and we cannot, accommodate them. So we're having a Saturday class that hopefully I'll be teaching that class on Saturday from here. And that's why we currently have internet at the center. So it's going to be a virtual class. I'll just hop online and then, do our thing virtually. But we'll have, an instructor on-site person that can, if you have technical issues, he can help you out with your technical issue. Do I'll be teaching the class, virtually. So yeah, so that's the reason why we want to, take in as much people as we can and give access to as much people as we can. Those who are working, very busy individuals, you know, working in offices that they can leave for 1 or 2 hours a day, So we want to be able to accommodate those kind of people, so to speak, instead of just, one group of people. So that's why we introduce a Saturday class. But it's going to be very intensive. Not with a Saturday class, you think that it's very intensive because you'll be covering everything from Monday to Friday in a daytime. So be ready for be ready to be bombarded if you're going to be in the Saturday class. I will actually bombard you. I'm not joking. So not to make you afraid, because as I said, we are covering what was taught from Monday to what should be taught from Monday to Friday in a very condensed time. So in a very condensed time frame. So we'll be able to do that. So learning fast. Then when you get do the week, you can practice by yourself. When you got a PC, you can exercise and practice those things you do because the week you come back on Saturday and we'll repeat again. So that is what we will be doing. I'm glad that we're able to get a internet at the center. So for our classes now, we will be doing research online, creating email addresses, and just how to use the internet to do research and the simple way to do those things online. So we yeah, so we get it there. We have 7 minutes to go on the hour. So just we talk a little bit about our Zvedru project. Zvedru project is on course. We started the renovation process already. It has started. So we are hoping that January, if not, sometimes there might be a delay in the project, but we are working on it one day at a time. And we are also speaking to other people who want to come on board to be able to assist with the renovation working grant Gina. So we are looking up to those people, the folks, and see where they can come in to help because the more people have on board to do these things, the faster we can complete these projects and we can have the lab live and going. Because we co-founder myself, we are the sole founder of all the projects as of now. So that's why we kind of talking to a certain group of people and they express interest in coming in specifically for Grandjita to help with the project in Grandjita. So we're hoping that they can come on board to do that. But be it may whatever it is our project. As I always say, we will complete the project as we did in Sanicole if we have people on board on that. But it's what it is. So you can find us at rethinktechfoundation.org. If you want to read a little bit more about us to see what we're doing and see some pictures, of our students in classroom, it's rethinktechfoundation.org. And you can also find us on Facebook at ReThink Tech. You can find us on Instagram at ReThink Tech. You can find us on Twitter at ReThink Tech. Not Twitter, on TikTok at ReThink Tech as well. So we are across all social media platforms. You can find us there. You can learn a little bit more about us. And then if you want help to give back, to donate, there are means on our website where if you live outside, if you live in the Western world, you want to be a help to the project to push it. So we're able to reach all the 15 counties with these programs, free training. Contact us. You can inbox us, DM, let's talk about it, or you can visit rethinktechfoundation.org and just read a little bit more if you need a little bit more information about what we're doing. As I say, you can also reach out to us personally and we can answer all your questions and whatever you need to know about the organization. So, but if you live in the States, we are a 501c3 organization. That means we are tax exempt. So whatever you donate to us in the States is tax exempt at the end of the day, at the end of the tax season. So that's why we've been able to, that's how we've been able to get equipment. Because organization will not give you equipment in the States because they just want to give you equipment, right? They have to write those off at the end of the tax season. So that's what we've been, Amazon been very gracious to us. They've been giving us all the equipment we have in Liberia. And the ones we have on the ship coming right now to Liberia for other projects, we're donated by them to help to bridge your digital divide. So, all right, brother Winner, you got your last parting word, and then we will call it a day.
So again, we want to be very, very grateful to ReThink Tech Foundation. We are here, like the CEO said, we are looking for partnership. That partnership that we can forge a mature partnership that will give more opportunity to young people of this country. Like you said, we are thinking about expanding our program. We are working with the Ministry of Youth and Sports. We just saw online, because of the internet facility, we just saw online that even the Ministry of Telecommunication is also offering free internet services to institutions. So we have also trying to see how best we can also forge partnership with the Ministry of Post and Telecom to see how best, and they can also be able to be partners to us in our different youth centers that want to carry the program. So we say thank you so much, and let me say goodbye.
All right. All right. That's how we'll bring the curtain down to this event of Reaching Tech Talk. This is just it's a professional exploration of technology in our daily life and work, how technology can be used at work and in our daily life. So we just come out every first Saturday of the month, talk about technology, create awareness as an organization, and just throw light on what we're doing as an organization in Liberia or in developing countries to bridge the digital divide. Uh, it is important that we do that because technology, we live in the 21st century and we cannot live and not have digital skills, right? So that is why it is important. And for our country, for developing country, the gap is so wide. You have 80% to 90% of the population not having some level of digital skills. So there's a lot of work to be done in that space, and there's a lot of work to be done in that space. So if you want to help in that space, you can contact us, as I said. Uh, More about us on our website, reachingtechfoundation.org, and then you can have a lot of insight. You can reach out to us. As I said, you can DM us. Let's talk about it, how we can all help to build Liberia, to give back to our community, to give back to our people, and to give back to our society. This is our way of giving back to Liberia. We all can work in government. We all can work in certain places. So there's a lot of needs in Liberia. So let's all find somewhere that we are comfortable uh, with, or that we can be able to give comfortably back to our society. So thank you for watching again. If you will be watching this podcast after we've done, we want to say thank you for we want to say thank you for watching, and just thank you for sticking with us. If you're going to be watching this after, I want to say thank you also for watching after the episode air, because sometimes we don't have the time to sit through these shows to watch them to the end. We'll watch clip after clip, once the episode has already aired. So we'll say thank you, and to our to our team in Liberia, the ReThink Tech Foundation local team in Liberia. We'll say thank you for all you do. We want to appreciate you guys for all you do. Our trainers, lab manager Leo, Afra, and Dayton, our financial treasurer and secretary, social media person, Grace Zodin. She does an excellent and great job. Aki, our media and communication lead, and of course our regional coordinator, Willett Johnson. He's a great guy. I want to tell you guys thank you, and of course our brother William Manning, who served as the operation lead for Region Tech Foundation in Liberia. We'll tell you guys thank you for all you do with all you guys on the ground to carry on this project, to carry on this vision or this dream. It's not going to happen. We cannot do it sitting, where we are sitting from, right? So we need foot on the ground. We need boots on the ground. You guys have really been the boots and the foot on the ground, and the foot soldiers for Region Tech Foundation to see that the work is done, and we are helping our community and our people. And just a shout out to my co-founder and brother D. Mac Wilson, very very soft-spoken man, but very very passionate about the youth and just non-profit and giving back to society. I remember when I approached him about us starting this project, he was very very into it, and he's been into it since then. He's very hardworking programs and project lead for Reaching Tech Foundation. He's working extremely hard every day, making contacts and connection that we can expand this program to other parts of Liberia. I just better shout out to you, man. I appreciate all you do for the organization, and just yep, very bad. Thank you guys. All right, bro. Winner. Have a good night, man.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, all right, man. Thank you for coming on. Bye bye, then. All right, that's how we'll sign out here. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Bye bye.